Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing our next snippet, and this is snippet 78. Wow. So we're going to do just a snippet of an idea. The idea of snippets is I may not finish the whole thing, I may just give you a little tidbit. It's just a little snippet of an idea. So I always use Pink Frog Smooth Card 300 GSM. And it always measures 4 inches, so 4 inches by 6 inches. That one's got a mark on. Let's move that out of the way. So it's 4 inches by 6 inches, and I always use that size. So what I'm going to begin with is I'm going to begin with the poinsettia TE20, and I'm going to ink my stamp, and I'm going to begin with inking the stamp with Strawberry VersaFine Clair, which is the new colour VersaFine Clair ink pad, which I have on my website. And then we've got Portobello, also another new colour. So I'm just adding touches of the Portobello. And then I'm going to decide where to place my poinsettia, which I'm going to place it around about here. Now, the poinsettia, you don't always have to colour it in. You can leave it as is. It's entirely up to you whether you want to colour that image in. Now I'm using the VersaFine Clair, and doesn't that look beautiful just stamped as is? You don't necessarily have to colour that in. What I'm going to do then is place the mask that I've created over the top, like so. So just add that mask. It's just made out of copy paper. You can use your masking sheets. And then I'm going to use TE22 Christmas Wishes. And we're going to take the little bauble stamp, which is not so little, but it's a really good size. And again, I'm going to use Strawberry. So we'll give that silhouette stamp a really good inking with the Strawberry. And then I'm going to add some of the Portobello just to the bauble. And I'm just dabbing very gently just around the bauble. And I've just touched the card there. It serves me right for working straight over the card. So what we'll sort that out. So I'm going to add the bauble sort of there. So don't do as I do and work straight over the card, because you got all engrossed in your card and don't watch where your ink pad is going. Give that ink time to grab hold of the surface. And what I like is, can you see that we've got nice shading on there already? So it works quite nicely. And if you lift this up, you can see that you get like a little touches of white just around. Doesn't the bauble look lovely? Oh, do you know, small things amuse small minds. There we go. You can even, so let me show you, because it's a silhouette stamp, if you've missed little bits, just missed a tiny bit there, I can just go straight over the top. Right, now I didn't check, which is typical Tracy, whether I'd got a mask. Do I need a mask? Hang on a minute. Yes, I do. Trying to get away with no mask. So let's see if I created a mask. And Tracy should have checked before she went live whether she'd got a mask or not. But she didn't, which is typical Tracy. So let's have a look. Of course, I haven't got one of that bauble, that particular bauble. So we'll just grab a piece of copy paper. So I'm just going to make that out of copy paper. let's just move this out of the way just a moment, just so I can, let's see if there's any ink left on there. And I can just, there you go, it gives me the shape. I can just cut that out. Can you see where the poinsettia has been? The mask of the poinsettia. You can see where that's been. And you can actually use that on a card if you stamped it straight onto card with the poinsettia on. So I'm just going around, just cutting this out of my copy of paper. There we go. And then going to bring this in, and then which one are we going to put first? So we'll place that one there. And I often spend lots of time talking to myself because I'm good like that. There we go. It's not quite lined up, Tracy. That's terrible. Spend a bit of time just lining that up. There we go. No. There we go. Oh, dear me. Now, if you've got masking sheets, they are held in place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the same strawberry and by adding the portobello, you're instantly adding sort of shading to your project. Now, don't work over your project like I did the first time. So you're instantly adding a bit of shading. And do it different each time. And if you find you've got a little bit of an edge that you don't like, just dab it with your finger. Not a problem. So then I'm going to add this one here, like so. And you need to make sure that you use that copy of paper. You don't want to use any thick card for your masks. So just be aware that it's important that you use that copy of paper. Right, rather than any thick card. And that's why your masking sheets are not too thick. So can you see where I've got a little bit of white? Don't worry about that. You can join that up, or you can just leave the white on, or because it's a, let's just, do you like how I can't make my mind up which way these masks are going? But the one advantage, let's just line that up. The one advantage of a silhouette stamp is that you can just go in and it's still not picked that little bit of ink up there. Can you see? It has now. Brilliant. One advantage of doing things like that. So there we go. So let's bring in, where is my, do you know, I keep taking these things off. So do I just need that mask now? I do, don't I? So again, we can take our strawberry and then each time just sort of ink either a little bit less or a little bit more, or, and it just instantly adds shading to that bauble without any colouring. It works really nicely. So then I want this coming off the page, but we don't want it, so we just want it slightly, do we want it slightly lower or slightly? Let's have it there. And I love doing a little bit of masking because it just gives a whole different feel to the project. It's just lovely. And you can just enjoy your time just stamping. Can you see you've got your lovely baubles now? Now it's up to you if you leave these white areas, or you can just join them. Look at that, that looks nice as well, doesn't it? You can just join those up with a bit of ink if you wish. It's entirely up to you, because what you can do is you can take your mask for a start. Let me show you. Let's just use this bit of cut and dry I've got at hand. You can then take your little bit of strawberry ink, so you can leave the little bit of white if you wish, or you can just go in with a little bit of strawberry ink and you can just add that just to fill. I like a little bit of the white, it just makes it sort of pop a little bit more, but it's entirely up to you. So let's just, so then I'm going to just add a little bit. I'll use my Ecoline pen, reddish brown 422, and I'm just going to add a little string there. Just love how it looks. It's just wonderful, and that's why I adore these Christmas stamps, because they work so beautifully. So I'm then going to take, she says, looking for it, I'm going to take stamp set TE23, and we've got that beautiful text on there that talks about winter, and I think that's ideal. So let's take the card that had got a mark on. We'll use that just to stamp off onto. We'll grab another A7 acrylic block, just because we can. And what we'll do is we'll stamp in touches of the portobello. So we'll just add the portobello, and we can just add a little bit of stamping. Don't stamp too hard, you don't need to squish it down. And this is a beautiful, beautiful stamp that you can use all year round. It just works really nicely. Oh, there's something about text stamps, I don't know what it is, but they do bring me so much joy. It just looks, it's lovely, it looks printed, it's just wonderful. So then you could say your snippet is finished. We'll just add a sentiment. So we'll add that from TE22, Winter Wishes. And Tracy's got every stamp out that you can think of. So we'll just add the Winter Wishes, like so. And it's probably the only piece that I'm going to cut out. And we'll stamp that in the portobello. Stamp that onto the base there. And then, oh, sorry, just nudge that camera, which is what all professionals do. Nudge the camera. And just cut the Winter Wishes. And let's bring our card in, and just as I've put that back, hilarious, because I've just now, and I would say that your snippet is finished for the snippet of an idea, but I'm going to show you just how you can take it a little bit further. Take that a little bit further, like so. Just add your Winter Wishes there, and of course once that's dry you would add a little bit of shading, just because that would look lovely. Okay, and then you would just add a few splatters of white. Again, just make sure that you keep that away from your sentiment. And that is Snippet 78 finished. Now, how would you change that? You could add some shading around it. If you wanted to make it into a card, you could add some dimension. But I think that's beautiful, just as it is. So I hope you enjoyed Snippet 78. We'll bring in Snippet 77, just so that you can see 77. And 78 will go on here like so. And I absolutely love that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Love to all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.